What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite geeky podcast. That right? This is the Geek Boutique podcast. We are the Geeks Company. I've got my buddy, Mr. Aka, Messiah Complex Cosplay, Mr. Jeff. How you doing this week, buddy?
It's a week, man.
It's a week. Yeah,
we're doing the things. We're having a time. Is anybody here? Are we on?
It says we are. We've been on for 40 seconds, but there's nobody there. Let me see. Let's go to YouTube.
There's no live. It says 8 watching, so I don't know.
Oh, it is 8 watching. There you go. So we are live.
All right. We are live. All right. Fine. There's nobody in the chat yet, which is weird.
It's
usually
working. It's working.
Slavering at the come on, I want to say my thing.
We're a minute late and the chat's blowing up. And
there we go. Oh, there
we go.
Hey, all right.
What's up, everybody? Mr. Michael Myers, Eric Thorsworthy, Stephanie Redmoon Lastwork saying, "Hi, gang. What's up, Stephanie?" Mr. Picard 102.
I don't know how she has time. I had a chance to sit down with Stephanie briefly, anyways, for the Friday night after setting up London Comic Con. You guys had to do whatever you guys do, and then so she and I had a seat at the ale house, and probably 20 minutes, half an hour before you guys got there, we had a chance to talk. I don't know how she gets anything done because she's doing 87,000 things at once. Woman, sit down. You don't have to be doing I don't even know how. Where do you get the energy? Can you bottle that? If you could sell that, I would buy that in a heartbeat. It's killing me watching you being busy. It's killing me. A, I feel like a lazy piece of shit, and B, I don't know how you do it. It's crazy town.
Yeah, it is insane. Yeah. Of course, we need to mention Mr. Robbie, the bad guy. How you doing, bud?
I am doing excellent. El Rabo. I am in my new space.
El Rabo. El Rabo. I love
El Rabo. That's gonna
Rabo,
be
yeah.
El Rabo. I'm back again.
In your new space, that's right. I mean, it's you're still fixing it up, but it's a cool spot. It's gonna look good once you're done.
I got some work to do, some painting. Yeah, it's different.
I don't sleep. It's caffeine and spite. Well, I mean, that's all right, Stephanie. I'll give you that.
Whatever works, I suppose.
Spite.
I'm super spiteful. I drink caffeine all the time. I don't have your kind of energy, so I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well,
hey, JS, what are we talking about this week? What's
a little bit of everything, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're going to talk about a little bit of everything. I mean, con season's not over for us. I mean, it is for the next few months anyway. So I feel like we do need to at least cover some of the stuff that we've done over the summer. I specifically want to talk a little bit more about London Comic Con. Last week, well, first of all, I wasn't technically on last week. I was in the background. So I didn't get to talk about it with you guys. Plus, we only had a few minutes really to talk about it because the show wasn't about London Comic Con. It was about Megan. But regardless, I want to touch on that a little bit. But we're going to talk about some stuff. I don't even know where to start.
It's funny that you're saying, we're the con season's over for us for the next couple of months. I got shit going on. In 2 days, the Oxford Renaissance Fair is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
I literally just bought my tickets. We're getting a bunch of people together. I think there's 6 of us now on Saturday to do Lord of the Rings. So it's going to be myself, Crazy Mike and his Faramir. I'm going to do Boromir. Christina is going to be doing her Nazgul. Andrew's going to come out in his Gandalf. Megan's going to dress up in her Galadriel, even though she'd be there vending as well. Lindsay's coming out as Arwen. So yeah, there's going to be a whole pile of us. I think Wendy's doing Eowyn. So yeah, it's gonna be a thing. Yeah. And then Sunday, of course, the landing party's coming back to piss off all the nerds at the Ren Fest. We're doing our Star Trek thing again. So I don't know if we're going to have as big a group as we had last year, but there's at least going to be 6 to 8 of us there anyway. So it's going to be great watching them lose their fucking minds.
If it wasn't so far, bud, we would totally be into that. That would be amazing.
I'm going right for Sunday. Stephanie, make sure you wear your Star Trek then, because we're going to be there in Star Trek on Sunday. So please come on out. So, and if you are going to the Ren Fair, by the way, Megan Murray in there saying yay for Oxford. Our dear editor Megan has a booth. She is selling her custom made clothing through Valkyrie Custom Wear at her booth. her company. So definitely come and check out her stuff.
She'll
have
makes
it all
dope
there.
stuff.
Yeah, she makes very dope stuff. So I've already got a friend of mine at work be like, I want a cloak. I'm like, I know, it's just the person that can help you out with that. So yeah, it should be a good time. We always seem to have a good time. It's usually just it's a big excuse. By the way, if you were at our after party, you already know what I'm talking about, because Crazy Mark, just all he did was advertise for it for 3 fucking hours the whole time he was there. Are you going to Redford? You guys know Redford's going on? Redford's going on in 2 months. Yeah, Christ almighty. I'd like to point out that we're not involved. The Geeks are not involved in Ren Fair in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going because it's like a half an hour from my house, and it's essentially just an excuse to have a big piss up for the weekend and dress up. So,
well, that's the thing, right? It's just an excuse to get dressed up and go get drunk on the weekend.
100%, brother. 100%. It's not a con per se. Like there's jousting and the SCA is there, and there's archery, and like there's a whole thing. But at the same time, I'm not going for any of that. I'm going to drink alcohol and have a good time. That's the only reason I'm going. If it wasn't so close, I would super not be going. So, yeah.
Jamie's asking if we've seen his Insta stories. I'm assuming you're talking about Crazy Mike, and no, I mean, I actually haven't, but
no, neither have I.
I kind of want to look now.
He's like. The Ren Fair was like his gateway drug to cosplay. He could give up cosplay tomorrow, and it wouldn't really upset him all that much.
Just for Ren Fair.
But if they shut down the Ren Fair, he would weep uncontrollably for months like that.
I know what Jamie's talking about. He's been watching like all kinds of medieval movies, and he's like, today we're watching this, and today we're watching that. Today we're watching that.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
And let me guess, they're all old. Like there's nothing past 1982. I'm willing to bet. He's posted.
He had Braveheart in there.
Oh, he did have Braveheart. All right. Well, at least he's into the 90s now. So there's that.
90s.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
But
what's the armor he has in his living room? He's got like a big giant medieval armor.
Suit of chainmail. So he's really pumped on like this is his midlife crisis was to put together like a Templar, like a Knights Templar. So that's what he's got. If you saw him last year, he's got a giant flag with like the Knights Templar logo or symbol, whatever the fuck it is. He's just waving the flag around, and we're all just standing around in our Star Trek uniforms. And he's really, really into it, and we're just pissing people off the whole time. So there was definitely like we're not on the same page at all on this, but like I said, we are doing Lord of the Rings on Saturday, so that'll be good. Like I said, Christina's coming in, Lindsay's coming in for that. So yeah, it's gonna be 2 days for us, but he's way more into it than I am. So
his Templar costume makes me think of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
100%.
Yes.
Don't tell him that, but 100%.
No, yes. I know. I don't mean that as like an insult or anything. It just
and he advises if they're historically accurate. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he'll like shit on a movie if it's not historically accurate. And I'm like, it's not a documentary, bro. It's meant to be for entertainment purposes. It doesn't say this is a true story. Anyways,
Matt Sheridan saying I would like to join the Lord of the Rings cosplay team at Beck too. I mean, do it. They're doing it this Saturday. So yeah.
Do you
got a Lord of the Rings cosplay?
Cosplay? Yeah. Are you coming to Ren? Maybe next year. There you go. I'm about to say.
Oh, maybe next year. Yeah, there you go.
Expecting a wee bab soon, isn't that?
But I don't think in the next 2 weeks.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she's due this early.
No, Gimli. I mean, if he's anybody but Gimli, why are we wasting our fucking time? Honestly, Matt, if you choose anybody but Gimli, you're not invited. Okay, that's the deal.
Hey! Don't shame somebody into a cosplay they may not want to do.
I don't give a shit. He's asking to join us, not the other way around. He's asking to join us. He's got to be Gimli or he's nothing. Wait, unless if she does Frodo and he does Sam, that also works. 100%. I'd be the fucker cited and stuck in the stocks because I have no Ren Fair gear. Yeah, they tried to do that to me last year. They did cite me in my Captain Pike, and when they cite you, you have to tell us they have dice, and they'll roll a dice, and it's 2 dice, and then they gather as many people around as they can. So They cited me for being in my Star Trek costume or whatever, and roll these dice. And you have to tell a story. And my story had to be with an archer near a body of water and an artist. It had to have those three things. So and by now there's like, no joke, 40, 50 people are like gathered around, and I have to tell this fucking story. So I asked people to like name stuff. I'm like, name a famous archer. And someone was like Robin Hood. I'm like, cool. Name a famous artist. And someone said Bob Ross. I'm like, perfect. And I'm like, so Bob Ross is painting a picture near a lake, and Robin Hood. So I told this whole fucking story. And then the dude that cited you has to be like, is this story believable? If it is, then he's off the hook. If it's not, we put him in the stocks. And thankfully, everybody was like, no, that fucking story was great. So I didn't have to go into the stocks. So that absolutely does happen here. This is how serious these motherfuckers, because they have staff. They have characters that are in character the whole time. Right? So they have a queen, they have a mayor, they have a sheriff, they have a master of art there, and they're all considered, sorry, not staff, cast. They're cast. So they're in character the whole time. I could be an Ent. You could be an Ent. Absolutely.
Our buddy Groot in London,
yes,
collaborative cosplay, or Steve Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, you already are
an Ent. He is an Ent, technically.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
right. I mean,
you just can't say I am Groot, because then you get lynched. But if you're like,
get a beard just to differentiate him, make him a beard that you can like Velcro on,
just
right?
Velcro a beard on there,
yeah, a wooden beard on the face of Groot.
Really slow.
There you go.
Anyways, that's enough for Ren Fair. Like I said, Crazy Mike spent the whole fucking after party advertising it. I don't need to keep doing that. He already pulled the weight on that. But needless to say, that's what I'll be doing this coming weekend. It should be a good time.
I would love to do a Lord of the Rings cosplay, but being that we don't have again Ren Fairs or anything like that around here, it feels like a waste to make like this crazy cosplay that I'll perhaps wear once a year at one of the shows that we go to. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know.
What would you be?
I have no idea. I think I would more be inclined to do like a House of the Dragon thing than a Lord of the Rings thing, if I'm 100% honest.
And who would you be from House of the Dragon?
I still don't know. But you know,
I feel like it's just outfits, right?
It is.
Your hesitation on all this is you can't make it. You're going to have to pay someone to make it for you or buy it. Right?
There's that too.
Yeah, and I get it.
Yeah,
I totally get it. Right? Like everything else that you picked, you can just print off and make and shit, and it's great, right? But this one, you would be able to do that unless, yes, you did the Witch King of Angmar or you did Sauron or whatever. Like then you could at least do all the armor pieces.
Yeah, I think. It would be something like that. If I did a Lord of the Rings cosplay, it would probably. Well, we talked for a while about doing Nazguls.
Yeah, but then you dropped that,
and then we backed out of it because again, nobody wanted to get in on it because it would have been just too expensive. But we were trying to get a group of Nazgul together. We figured it's great to be one Nazgul. Like when Christina walks out in her costume, I mean, it's insane the reaction she gets, right? Because it's so good. But imagine if there's 3 of them, 5 of them,
right? Okay,
9 of them.
Do you know what she paid for that though? Like that's why
I know I can't afford that.
Yeah.
But what you can do if you I never see anybody doing the Witch King of Angmar, and I feel like it would like it's basically a headpiece and same, not as voluminous,
same clothes, robes with the headpiece.
It's similar, but
yeah,
I feel like the headpiece is enough that you wouldn't have to have 87 yards of cloak on you. That
no, fair enough. You're right.
A lot less, right?
You're right. With a costume, well, yeah, I don't know. Jimmy's saying, okay, now you need to do a JS. I mean, we've been talking about it for a long time. We even went as far as had Megan look into fabrics for us and give us some prices. And actually, what Megan gave us for pricing wasn't bad. Right? Like it wasn't bad at all. Like it's just the fact that we couldn't get enough people to say, yeah, let's spend this kind of money for a costume like that. Right.
Right.
Maybe we say, fuck it. And maybe I just do it. I don't know. We'll see.
I already have my costume. Fuck you guys. I already got my shit. It's in a bag right now. It's not even on this anymore.
We are true cosplayers. We're talking about making costumes before we've even built the costumes that we were already planning on doing. You know, like it's
for spending like
the
that kind
life
of
of a
money
cosplayer
for one event.
for one event. Yeah, that's where it gets me, right? But I guess it wouldn't just be one event. If I spend that kind of money in a costume like that, I would want to wear it more often than just the one, right? I'd want to wear it to a few things a year, or at least year over year.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And as more people got into it, especially because you're coming late, because you already know
there's already a bunch of group of
that already
guys.
have Lord of the Rings costumes, then at least you're not like going out on your own and making something that now other people have to try to match you. You'd just be joining our
that's fair
games, right?
That's fair. And there is already a Nazgul, so adding a Witch King or another Nazgul might not necessarily be
that's all I'm saying.
Worst thing.
Anyways, you wanted to talk about London Comic Con before I bogarted the conversation for the last 15 minutes talking about this stupid.
Actually, before we get into anything,
Mike.
I know it's terrible. So guys, I'm sorry, man.
Before we get into anything, maybe we should say there's some people watching right now, guys. If you have not clicked that like button, please take a second, go right at the bottom of the screen, click the like button. If you're listening to us on one of your favorite podcast platforms, give us a follow or a subscribe or whatever that button is. It really, really helps us out. Lets us know you like to watch these shows. We're very, very close to monetization, guys. Very, very, very close. The monetization itself is not what the cool thing is. It's the availability to be able to do things like super chats, do subscriptions. Like we'll be able to do all sorts of stuff. And of course, add ads to our videos, which we don't get the amount of views for ads to be worth it. But regardless, it's still going to be cool to get to that threshold, right? So that's going to be pretty neat. We're very, very close. So if you have not clicked the subscribe button here on YouTube, please do. Let me get on my knees. Click the subscribe. Costs you nothing. Hey, and if you click the notification bell, it'll always let you know every time we upload one of our videos. Like our brand new after show. That's right. Well, it's not brand new really anymore. We're into episode 7 this week.
This week is 7. Yep.
This week is 7.
Yep.
So that should be coming out tomorrow. We also have our Geeking Out series that is going hard. Next week is Jeff Johns. Is it Jeff Johns?
Are we doing Jeff Johns next week? Yeah, because this week was Jay Foskett, right?
Yeah, I think next week is our last one from. You know what? It's not our last one. We did interview Brad Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the audio screwed up and neither of the mics worked. So all we're getting is the ambient noise from the phone, which we couldn't use that audio. We couldn't hear neither Jeff or Brad. So Brad, I know you're not watching this, but if you somehow ever hear this, we're sorry. We'll try to hook up with you next time you're in town. We really apologize. So next week's going to be Jeff Johns. That's our last of the Fan Expo Geeking Out. And then we get a bunch more that came from, that's right, London Comic Con. I guess you guys said it last week. You guys had a good time at the show?
Jess?
Yes.
Question for you.
Yeah.
For those that might not know, who is Jeff Johns? What is he known for?
So Jeff Johns is mainly known for writing Batman and writing Green Lantern storylines. Storylines like Flashpoint. Storylines like
Infinite Crisis. Yeah, he was the guy. He completely revamped the entire
like the New 52 era of DC Comics. He was very, very crucial into that. He was also the head of the division that handled the movies at Warner Brothers, right? He was heavily involved in that. I think he actually still is. He's no longer at DC Comics, but I believe he still does some work for Warner Brothers on the movies side. So the Justice League movie.
He was a pretty big deal.
Batman versus Superman. Like he wrote all the DC movies, basically, right?
He wrote Aquaman for sure, which was a huge
That
was a big one that he wrote the entire script for that. And then he was the chief creative officer at DC Comics for 10 years, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was not head of, but he was an executive producer and a writer with DC Entertainment, which was producing all the movies at the time throughout that whole phase.
Right.
DCEU. So I mean that's why he always had a lineup and had people like pay, because even the stories he wrote, like Blackest Night, like he wrote some of like
the Three Jokers
stories in DC history, and so and now he's got Ghost Machine. So he's a pretty cool dude. Cool. And when he saw my name was also Geoff, we were super best friends all of a sudden. It was great.
Yeah. So guys, that's coming out tomorrow. No, that's not coming out tomorrow. The after show is coming out tomorrow. That is coming out next Tuesday. So keep an eye out for that Tuesday evening. Where the hell was I going with this?
London. We keep meaning to talk about London, don't we?
Keep meaning to talk about London, but I forget where we're going with this because we're back talking about Fan Expo now. But yeah, either way, London Comic Con. What a fantastic fucking show, guys. The crew in London, you guys are fucking legends. What a show. We've got Collaborated Cosplay in the chat here. He had a booth this year. First time being featured at a booth at a show. Same thing with our buddy Noah. Hey, I was online with Noah last night. Did you guys catch our live? Actually, Rob, I know you got on the live. I did some painting last night. You know what? At London Comic Con, we decided that we were going to pull out our brand new clicker costumes. And then Christina came out with hers. And then I was like, okay, I'm putting mine off. I'm taking mine off. I'm putting it away. Like, I feel dumb, right? Like, even though it really wasn't, because in pictures we all look amazing, right? Like,
it looked great. Yeah,
we looked great. It was just a self-conscious thing that, you know, I was wearing a costume that I took 5 minutes to build, and she's wearing a costume that probably cost her like $3,000, right? So, you know, it is what it is. But I repainted my mask last night, or I started to repaint my mask last night. So it's going to look drastically different next time. And I'm at the point where I may start cutting into it. And I'm a little nervous about that. So if there's anybody that has any experience gluing a latex mask to your face, I'd love to chat with you. Because that may be where I want to go with that mask, so that I can actually use my mouth and have the mask. You know what I mean? Because the mouth is just that's the downfall of that mask, is that stupid mouth. It looks so dumb.
It's like this. It's like it's got its tongue out.
It's got its fucking tongue out the middle. Yeah, it's so dumb.
I had so much fun at London. Absolutely the best, says Stephanie. London was fantastic, says Andre. Matt saying London was a blast as always. And Ice Boy saying, woo, London. Yeah.
Yeah, London
it feels like the little con that could. And yeah, it keeps doing it. I wouldn't be surprised if after what they did ticket sale wise for this one, that they didn't move it to a 3-day. I'm actually kind of surprised they haven't already.
I'd be interested in finding out how they did this year compared to other years, specifically on Saturday.
There's no way that wasn't there. Well,
it had to have been there, dude.
It's hard to tell with that venue though, because that venue is such dog shit. But I mean, it had to have been one of their biggest days for sure. No question.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was nuts on Saturday.
Yeah,
I had never seen London like that.
I remember.
It's funny that
go ahead, Rob.
I was say you keep referring to the venue as dog shit. And I like that venue. I don't know what it is, but I enjoy that venue. It kind of sucks. I mean, there's pros and cons of everything being all together, all in the same like floor or level or space. But I like it because it's just small enough where it's not a big deal to go up and down between floors.
No, that's
but
fair.
It's still massive. Like I like the venue.
I like the venue because of where we are. If we were in a lot of the other places that other people were, I don't think we would like the venue as much as we do.
One of those rooms under the escalators. Like,
I guess that's what I mean overall. I think our experience in the venue is brilliant because of where they put us. But I know a lot of other people there are like, they're just stuck in the doldrums where hardly.
Yeah, okay, I see your.
That's all.
That's a good point.
And again, I have the previous experience where the one year they had it at the Agriplex of the Western Fair here in town was such a better experience as far as flow goes. Because I had a booth then too. That was when Teresa and I were doing the green screen stuff. And it was just, you could see everything. Like no one was in a corner, like no one was down in a room. So like everybody was out in the open everywhere. So you could just see everything. And it was, it felt to me like a better experience, but sorry, I don't mean to keep harping on the venue too much. It's not that bad.
It's just not terrible.
No, it's not.
It
just could be better. That's all. And it has been better in the past. So we'll see what happens. Anyways.
Cool.
Salute.
Rob's looking for. There you go.
I'm kind of a little disappointed in the double booking for the bomb run. That I don't know what miscommunication happened there, but
and it was also the fact that they moved our interview to that day just before or just after. So it's like, well, we need to do the bomb run, and then we need to get the hell out of there because then we got a Q&A session we need to host, and then we find out there's a fucking wrestling match that's going to be happening in like 10 minutes, and we're like, wait, what?
At the same place, by the way.
Same place.
Like in the courtyard where we were supposed to be at. So, like, I get the thing with Dante because there was a flight issue and they couldn't get him in until late.
You can't control that.
That's fine. I get all that. But why are you booking 2 events at the same time in the same place? Like, I don't. Like, it didn't. Nobody's spreadsheet came up with, like, a fucking conflict. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know.
Other than that hookup, that little hookup, whoop, that little hiccup, I thought the show went fucking fantastic for the Geeks.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
You had your best merch sales weekend ever, right?
We did.
Yes.
We did. Not only did I actually, so I made merch specifically for the show, right? Like I made a whole line of hoodies and long sleeve t-shirts exclusively to bring at London Comic Con. Not only did I make my money back, but I actually made a little bit of money on top of that. Like that was amazing. Like you guys are unbelievable. Like I sold out almost of well, I think I did sell out of my long sleeve tees. I have 1 or 2 left. That's it. So yeah, by far the most merch we've ever sold at a show. Should we spill a little bit of beans right now? I got my can opener here. I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Maybe. Guys, we got new merch coming once again. After being hit on the head with a hammer like 14 times by these guys saying, why the fuck aren't you making a hat? Why the fuck aren't you making a hat? Why the fuck aren't you making a hat? Well, I'm not making a hat. I'm making 2 hats. That's right.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck off.
I'm leaving. I'm all done. Fuck. Bye, guys. See you later. I'm all done. Fuck all this.
We've got, that's right, 2 trucker style hats coming. One with our square logo like you see on Rob's hat right there that he actually went out and got made by himself because, you know, idiot over here didn't do it.
It's a
bootleg hat, but it'll basically be the same thing. I'm just realizing now we're seeing you backward there, buddy. We're seeing you reverse, but that's quite okay. And then there's going to be a second one with a brand new logo that I'm calling the trucker logo. Unfortunately, some people have now made comments about it that
it's the Coca-Cola logo.
Yeah, it's not though. And when you look at it, it's not even close to the Coca-Cola logo. But it does totally have that vibe. It doesn't have the exact same swoosh at all. It's actually
why don't you put a fucking Nike swoosh on the back of it? You stealing prick.
It's actually a ripoff of a Stetson trucker hat. That's the logo that
they ripped off Coca-Cola,
and they ripped off Coca-Cola,
and
apparently.
We then ripped off them.
Yeah.
It's the human centipede ripoffs.
You guys will see that coming soon. Those the hats, a gray one and a black one, will be available for sale at the next show that we're going to. Do we want to talk about that right now, or do we want to wait a little bit before we talk about that?
Well, was that the beans to spill that you were talking about?
Yeah, we're making new. Well, that's some of the beans. Some of the beans.
Do you have more beans to spill?
Well, yeah, about the next show that we're going to.
Oh, well, I don't know if that's a bean spill, but sure.
You want a hat? We give you a hat. You're not impressed.
Yeah, like what the fuck, dude? You wanted a hat, I give you 2, and you're still complaining.
He's not giving us a hat. He's giving us 2 hats. Christ. Usually, if it's a bean spill, is this big thing. Is like, is this merch drop that you guys have been fucking hammering me over the last 2 years to make? Yes.
I'm making it now. I'm making it now.
Every podcast, the 3 of us are wearing fucking hats, and it took you 2.5 fucking years to decide that a hat was a good idea.
All right.
Come on,
chill out.
Relax. The problem was always finding a good hat, and now that I found out about these ones, the classics.
Yeah, the one I showed you.
Yeah, they're
2 years ago. Yeah,
2.5 years ago.
They're amazing. So yes. Now, unfortunately, I did order some, and I didn't get the right ones. So these ones are a little bit different than the one I got. So I want to wear one of the ones that I got for a couple of weeks and see if I like it before I decide if I order these ones or that one that I ordered. Like, anyway,
I got you.
But they're very similar styles. They're trucker style hats, mesh on the back. But one is gray and the other one is black. So, yeah. And Ali, Games Con, Toronto Game Expo, but yes. They will be on sale at Toronto Game Expo, November 16th. I keep forgetting.
At the Queen Elizabeth Building at the exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
We will be there.
You know what? Fuck
You'll
it.
Be, what?
Say it.
We'll be hosting, as a matter
That's
of
right.
fact. Gamescom was good. Gamescom. Now I'm doing it. God damn you, Allie. The Toronto Game Expo. I don't even know if I'm even saying that right. Is it Game Expo? Is it Games Expo? I don't even know.
It's Game Expo.
It is Game Expo. Okay, so the Toronto Game Expo reached out and first of all offered us just a spot to come in and be like featured, whatever, and then asked us if we could essentially host. So we're going to be right next to the main stage, and we're actually going to be using my audio equipment that you guys have all seen at all the shows now. And we're going to be taking care of all the announcements and basically letting everybody know what's going on throughout the whole show. They did ask us to deepen our participation a little bit more. They wanted us to actually run a couple of the things. And we were like, there's probably only going to be 3 of us, maybe 4 of us maximum there. We can't really do the booth, do all the announcements, do the emceeing, and run a couple of events. So we kind of had to back off a little bit, but we will be there. Apparently, Victoria Brown is also going to be there. We'll see you there.
Guys, anybody that wants to come and hang out, come and check it out. We're going to be hosting the show. We're going to be doing a Star Wars theme for this year.
Star Wars.
It's kind of the one common thread that we all have within the video game world is Star Wars. I mean, my character is literally based off of a Star Wars game, which is Revan. So we're going to be doing a Star Wars thing. We're going to be hosting a Star Wars meetup.
Yes, and I believe we've got a couple of people that you may have seen before that have talked about coming out. In particular, our friend Christina, who has one of the best Mandalorians I've ever seen. And this may be a little bit of a bean spill, but our buddy Sean did mention that he might be able to bring his Chewbacca out for a couple of hours to that.
That would be dope.
Stay tuned.
Chewie's amazing.
So if
is amazing.
No, it's bonkers. It's the best one I've ever seen. But yeah, if you're going to come out and you've got some Star Wars gear to throw on, I'm going to try to bring my Stormtrooper. Hopefully, I'll have everything, all the fans and all the bullshit plugged in and ready to go for that by then, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, our buddy Richard is also going to be there. He's got a booth that it's going to be basically set up right beside us.
Yep.
I believe the plan is for him to be in Star Wars as well to match with the theme. Not 100% sure what character he's going to do. Richard does a couple now.
Yeah.
So he does like 3 different Boba Fett's and
Boba Fett.
Yeah, he does Maul. So yeah. His Maul.
I hope he does Maul. Yeah,
his Maul is again the best.
No, you have more than one Star Wars cosplay, Victoria. Damn it, are y'all going to make me cosplay Hutt Slayer Leia in November? No.
I mean, why not?
Because she'll freeze. Have you seen that? It's 4 square inches of cloth. She can't wear that in November. Are you kidding me? No. Don't do that.
It's not outside.
No, I know, but I
Does
mean,
she
she's going to
have
have to go from a vehicle.
No, I don't
thing.
recommend it. I don't recommend
don't do that.
She's got a Leia too, doesn't she? Like Leia,
she's got
Leia,
a Han
like
Solo. She's got like a Sith,
okay.
I think. I don't know if she has a Leia. Maybe she does.
I thought she had like the white dress Leia.
Maybe she does. Bring a Tauntaun, Victoria. Hey, what's the internal temperature of a Tauntaun? Lukewarm. Thank you. I'm here all week. Tip your waitress. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's nice. Is there a boo? Can you boo me? Yeah, that's it. 35 minutes in, kids, and we spent over half of that talking about a show we're not even going to be at en masse. Got yelled at for hats. She has an Ahsoka. There you go. Yeah. See, she's got plenty.
Yeah.
She's got plenty of Star Wars cosplays. Right. You do not have to wear Hutt Slayer Leia.
There you go.
In November.
But it's just another opportunity to, do some Star Wars because we don't do enough of that, obviously.
It's kind of popular. I don't know if you know this or not, but it's pretty.
Is it?
I mean,
and
you're right. It's the only because I thought I was going to do something else entirely that is also a video game character. But then, yeah, when you guys brought it up, it's the only thing that we all have that's actually in video games, right?
Yeah, and if we're gonna keep doing this show, maybe we do need to look at expanding our cosplay into the video game realm a
Well,
little
technically,
more.
we could do Last of Us again too. Last of Us is a video game as well.
Fair
right?
enough. I didn't even think of that.
So that's a thing.
I didn't even think of that.
Speaking of which, can we take a little side detour for just one moment? Have you seen the Last of Us trailer that came out? I think it was today.
I have
No.
not seen it. Is it good?
Have you seen the first season?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the trailer just came out. I think it was today. It is. I think it's a fucking dope trailer. It's like really, really good trailer.
Nice.
I don't know if anybody in the chat has seen it, but it is a great one.
I'll have to check it out.
I did watch the other trailer that dropped today, which was the John Wick spin-off Ballerina, starring Ana de Armas. That looks fun as hell. And yes, in case you're curious, because they do drop it right in the trailer, but our boy John Wick does make an appearance in the film.
Oh,
so
perfect.
yeah. Not quite on the Ahsoka, but I can figure something out. Victoria, if you want to bring your Hustler, bring your Hustler. You're just hanging out at the booth, you'll be fine. But I mean, there's a big Star Wars photo shoot happening in the West End on October 6th for those interested. Yeah, Andre, I've had a couple of people reach out for that, but unfortunately, that's on a Sunday. That's not going to happen for this guy.
The trailer that I just watched was the Joker 2 trailer, and not 100% sure what to think about it. Not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
I enjoyed the first one. I thought it was a great movie. And I like Lady Gaga. The trailer just looks so weird. Like, I know the first one did as well, and we didn't really know what to expect, and it turned out to be good. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know. Do you have any hype for that movie at all? Like,
I'm not hyped whatsoever for that movie. I think we'll be probably creatively fabulous. You know what I mean? Like, it'll do really well as what it is. I'm not interested, to be honest with you. Jeff?
I don't know. The musical aspect of it is really throwing me off. So it's just going to depend on how that's incorporated and how much of it is that. Because the first movie looked fucking weird and existential and bullshitty, and it turned out to be fantastic. So I'm gonna watch it regardless. I just don't know if I'm gonna rush to the theater opening day or if I'm gonna wait for it to come on streaming or whatever, right? So because those are choices that we have now.
Yeah, that may be a streaming one for me. If I'm honest. Unless it comes out and everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is like the best thing ever," then maybe I'll go check it out. But I don't know. I mean, I'm getting Strange New Worlds. You know, when they did their musical episode, and like it was okay. It was just silly. And this is kind of the vibe that I'm getting into this, right? Like
so from what I've heard, it's not quite to that extent. Like Subspace Rhapsody is what you're talking about, and they basically like sang all the dialogue, and apparently that's not the case. It's just very specific pockets of the film type of thing,
right?
It doesn't really. It's not. They're not using songs to tell the whole story. They're using songs as, anyways. So I don't know. We'll see what's what. Yeah, wait for the reviews, I guess, but. It's okay if you're not hyped for it, guys. They've already said there's not going to be a third, regardless of what happens with this one. This is a 2 and done. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really, really, really digging Rings of Power. I'm not going to lie. This week's episode in particular was fucking amazing. I defy you to watch that episode and not be blown away by the visuals, by the effects, by the scale, by the scope. Like, it's as big as anything that you ever saw in Game of Thrones. Like, bonkers. The beginning of this week's episode started with a battle, and at the end of the episode, an hour and 10 minutes later, the same battle was still happening. That's how crazy bonkers was that show is right now. I'm loving it.
Question for you. I haven't watched it, but you said you're on like episode 7 or whatever.
Episode 7 of season 2. Yes, there's one more episode.
Does it take how much? How many episodes are like that? Would you say are like that? Did you have to wait 7 episodes to get an exciting moment like this, or are all the episodes good?
No. It's very much. Although I will say the 5th episode was a banger as well, but it's very similar to the way Game of Thrones would do the same thing over either 8 or 10 episodes, where they would use the first, say, 4 or 5 episodes to set everything up essentially, and then they would have one banger kind of in the middle to kind of keep you going, and then the episode before the finale, all hell breaks loose. So almost exactly like Game of Thrones. If you watch that, very similar setup. So. They're not dumb. They're trying to use a very similar formula that got Game of Thrones so popular, right?
Have you seen season 1?
Okay, just curious.
Yeah, of course.
Me?
No, Rob. Yeah.
Oh,
I have not. And
No.
you know what? I don't have the attention span for that kind of a show, so I probably won't watch it because I can't invest.
Yeah.
I don't want to invest that kind of time just to get one banger 6 hours later.
Me and Jen stopped watching it after 4 or 5 episodes. We just lost interests. And I know everybody. Like, oh, the next episode was amazing and blah blah blah, but we just lost interest in it, and especially since it was running concurrently with House of the Dragon. The first season of Rings of Power was running concurrently to House of the Dragon, so when we had time to sit down and watch TV, we were watching House of the Dragon. We were more interested in that than watching the Rings of Power, right?
Yeah, so, you couldn't get into Game of Thrones either, though, right?
Not really. No, it was too long to get going as well, and
that's what I mean.
Too convoluted.
If that's already not your cup of tea,
too complicated,
then,
and and it's
that being said, that's my wife's cup of tea. She loves it. She watches it and all about it, but it's not my cup of tea. I can't.
Oh, and that's totally fair, man.
I wish it was, because there are those episodes, especially in Game of Thrones, where I can't remember the name of the episodes, but there are several episodes where you're like, these are the most epic events on been on 100%.
Change,
but to appreciate it is a lot of work to get there.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I was very fortunate. I'd read all the books as well, so I had a deep understanding of all the lore. And then the same thing with Rings of Power, because I'm not a lore freak about Lord of the Rings like I am about, say, Game of Thrones or whatever. But I still know who the players are. I know where they are. I know what's happening, type of thing, right? You know what I mean? Like, I recognize everybody, and I know some of what's coming. So that helps, that you've got some sort of a steepness in the lore. You don't need that, but it does help you when they're doing all the world building and all the character building that you guys don't want to sit through. I totally understand that. If you don't have the foggiest fucking clue where any of those places are or who any of those people are.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is it's so confusing when you get into these shows that it's like, fuck it. Like, right? If you've read the books and you're all into that shit, you've already heard these names. You already have an idea of what to expect. You already have a base to go on. When you don't, my attention span is no longer. I'm too old. My attention span.
Who's Facebook user?
I don't know who Facebook user is, but Battle of the Bastards. Great.
That's coming up for you guys too.
That's Facebook one of user. Them, yeah.
Oh no, the battle in the Blackwater too, with the wildfire when Stannis comes into the Blackwater Bay, and then all the wildfire goes off and all the ships are exploding, green fire and shit. No, crazy town. So good. But again, you had to sit through 8 episodes of plot to get to that episode.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, no, Rings of Power very similar.
I'm trying to make an effort with House of the Dragon, and I do love that show, but I've made the effort to get.
That was my Jeff with Battle of the Bastards. Right? Why is your Jeff coming up with Facebook user? See, like incognito while commenting on a podcast.
Interesting.
No one can know it's me. Lacey's like, yeah, it's Jeff. I'm like, all right, cool. It's awesome. It's great. Yes, either Birthing a Demon by the Red Woman. Yes. Yeah. No. Guys, we could sit here and talk about Game of Thrones all night long as far as that goes. And by the way, it's not Game of Thrones. It's not there aren't as many plot threads and storylines and families as there were in Game of Thrones. House of the Dragon is more appealing because it's way simpler than Game of Thrones was. There's two major sides that are battling against each other, and that's like fucking it. Game of Thrones had like fucking 87 sides, and everybody had their own agendas and shit, right?
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings of Power is probably somewhere in between. It's not as simplistic as House of the Dragon, but it's nowhere near as complex as Game of Thrones was. So
I'm a simple man. I want to watch something where robots fight monsters.
Yes. Of course. Who doesn't like robots fighting monsters, man?
We're big Transformers fans. What can we say?
That's all.
I really want another Pacific Rim movie.
Well, after the second one?
Yeah.
That second
Yeah,
one was
but the second one wasn't very good. But if they can somehow bring some of the first movie magic back, yeah, I would be up for that.
Yeah.
The
there
anime
needs
that
to
they
be a
did
third
was pretty
one.
good on
I
Netflix.
made a mistake of going to the
It
theater for the
was.
first Pacific Rim, and it was when 3D was hot. So my buddy and I went, and so the 3D glasses are shaded, right? So not only are they shaded, but I don't know if you remember the end of that movie, Pacific Rim, but the penultimate scenes in the film in 3D
on the docks at nighttime.
At nighttime, yeah.
underwater
Kiss.
at night.
On the underwater scene, right?
So you're wearing sunglasses for underwater at night scenes. I turned to him at one point. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I can't see shit. So it really ruined my experience for the first Pacific Rim. But I did like how they made it seem like the robots and the kaiju were actually huge. Like it obeyed a lot of the laws of physics.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel in the second film, they just did away with all of that. Like
they did. You're right.
They didn't look like giant robots and giant monsters fighting. They just looked like two.
They looked like cartoons.
Clash. That's what I mean. Yeah. The
yeah,
first
they
film,
they
like really made you feel the size and scope of the monsters. They move slowly. Like, but he brings a ship. He's trying to bring it around.
Yeah, when he grabs the ship to hit him in the head, and
they were really specific about making you believe that this shit was. Yeah, and then that second one, woof. Fuck Pacific Rim. I did not like it at all, says Gimli. All right, cool, man.
Hey, that's
thanks,
okay,
brother.
bud. I mean,
We're
again,
to like and like
you can like
things,
what you like and be wrong. That's fine.
There's this website called Geek Tyrant, geektyrant.com, and they're like movie and TV show news. Okay. And they wrote this article. Was it yesterday? Sorry, it was today. They wrote this article that apparently Kyle Chandler was announced to be in talks for the role of Green Lantern Hal Jordan.
He signed, actually. He is now Hal Jordan.
Can we not? Really?
On Lanterns. You don't like Kyle Chandler?
I mean, I don't hate him, but how is he Hal Jordan?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't understand that casting.
All right.
Especially since apparently they're talking to the dude from Snowfall for Jon Stewart, who's much younger than Kyle Chandler.
Yeah. That's the dynamic it's supposed to be in the comics as well, right? There's a reason why Hal's got gray on his side. Yeah. Hal's the older.
For some reason, I thought Jon Stewart was older.
I think because in the Justice League cartoon, he talked in a very, like, Jon Stewart was very, he seemed probably much more mature, but yeah, in the comics, it's supposed to be the other way around. No, I think Kyle Chandler's, well, initially, do you know who they offered Hal to first?
No.
Josh Brolin. They were always looking for an older Hal.
Really?
Josh turned it down. Yeah. Because they want to do a grounded, they want it to be a lot like True Detective, right? They want it to be like a grounded, essentially thriller, mystery, whodunit type of thing. Need Guy Gardner. I agree, Alex. Guy Gardner is one of my I mean, I'm a bit of a Green Lantern guy, just a wee bit. So I do enjoy me some Guy Gardner.
Yeah, I agree.
Guy Gardner they have cast Guy Gardner. It's Nathan Fillion, but I don't know if he's going to be on Lanterns. He's supposed to be in the Superman film. I don't know if he's going to be on Lanterns.
Wait,
I think Lanterns a show or a movie?
A show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nathan Fillion is going to play Guy Gardner in the Superman movie.
Correct.
Really? So they're bringing Guy Gardner in the Superman movie, but not Hal or John.
I feel like the way they're going to position Lanterns as an HBO show is it's going to be gritty and grounded. And like I said, it's a detective murder mystery. And Superman is not going to be any of those things. I think Superman's going to have a more lighthearted vibe that you're used to seeing from James Gunn. I don't think the two would go well with each other. Do you know what I mean?
Are they going to potentially be in different time frames?
Nope. No, apparently something's going to happen on this land. Whoever the bad is on this Lantern show, like the whodunit, is supposed to have like an overarching effect on the entirety of the first chapter of the DCU. So it's essentially supposed to set things up. So I don't know, man. Yeah, they're looking for their Jon Stewart, and they found their Kyle Rayner. I see you, Mike Myers. Yes, I would like to see Rayner as well. I don't know if you're going to. but because you're getting 3 of the 4 Earthbound ones, right? The original 4 Earthbound ones, anyways. I don't know if you're going to see Rayner or not. Kyle Rayner. So in the 90s, in the comics, they had Hal Jordan go crazy, and he killed off like the whole Corps, and he blew up Oa, and he killed the Guardians. They had 1 power ring left, and they gave it to this guy, Kyle Rayner. And he was Green Lantern for quite some time before they brought Hal back in like the early mid-2000s type thing.
Kyle Rayner. Oh, interesting.
The coolest part about Kyle was like in the comic, like Green Lantern's power is he makes constructs from his ring, right? And with Hal and John and even in Guy, it was always like boxing gloves and fists and truck. Like it was all very basic things.
Big hammers and the cannon.
Kyle was an artist. So in his regular life, so he would make like mechs and kaiju and animation. Like he would make really complex constructs that really got the younger fans. Like there's Green Lantern fans out there that will tell you that Kyle Rayner was easily their favorite Green Lantern ever.
Interesting.
Because of that moment in time in the 90s, he was doing shit that none of the other Green Lanterns had ever done before. So yeah.
I like the concept. I like the idea of he's an artist. So he's
his constructs
way
are like
more
wild.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
imagination is just
it was a cool run. They ended up Jeff Johns is the one that kind of retconned all of that, brought Hal back, introduced the emotional spectrum, like he did all that. But for a time, from like the early 90s to like the early 2000s, Kyle Rayner was the only Green Lantern. So in the comics,
I've been wanting to do Guy Gardner. I'm not gonna lie.
You would kill as Guy Gardner.
I've been wanting to do a couple years ago. Anthony, Cosplay Alliance, wanted to do like a Green Lantern group, and I'm gonna try to put a Guy Gardner together. I could just never find the right jacket. He's got like that biker style jacket, but green, right? So he doesn't have the traditional spandex style uniform, right? He kind of does.
Well, he does underneath. He just has the jacket over top, right?
Like the biker jacket.
So here's the problem. Jacket. He's got a bowl cut. So I don't know. He's a ginger with a bowl cut. I don't know if you want to go that far, brother.
Well, it depends which iteration. A lot of them, he looks like Paul Phoenix from
I don't know,
Street
brother.
Fighter,
every time
Tekken.
I've seen him, every comic I've got him in, he's got a fucking bowl cut.
Yeah, I'm on the Wikipedia page because I don't know what you're talking about. But
yeah, am I wrong?
It's a ginger bowl cut. It's pretty special, yeah.
The funny part about Nathan Fillion doing Guy Gardner is when they were casting for the movie 2011 Green Lantern, there was a huge fan campaign to cast Nathan Fillion. In fact, you can probably still find it on YouTube. Someone cut together a fan trailer of Nathan Fillion as Hal Jordan, as Green Lantern. And so there was this huge outcry to get him cast. Of course, they ended up casting Ryan Reynolds, and I'm sure Nathan Fillion thanks his lucky fucking stars that he didn't get cast in Green Lantern. But he then did go on to do the voice for Green Lantern for Hal Jordan in a bunch of the DC animated films. So I think at least 4 or 5 of them anyway, Nathan Fillion does voice Hal Jordan anyways as Green Lantern. He just never got a chance to play him. And now that he's playing live, he's going to play as Guy Gardner. Oh, there he goes. No. Brother, let's look at that first picture on the far left. Let's not skip over.
This is the guy
terribleness.
This is the guy that's playing him.
Why did I read that Nathan Fillion was Guy Gardner?
Well, it looks like it's that guy. I mean, most of these, he doesn't have a bowl cut.
No. Guy. Go to that picture of Guy Gardner. Who is Superman Legacy? Game Rant. Over there on the left, dude. On the left.
There he is right there.
Go over on the left.
You're to the left. Yeah, down. There you go.
Yes. Look, there he is right there.
Yeah, Nathan
in the
Fillion,
fucking uniform.
Yes. Nathan Fillion. That's what he said.
With the bowl cut.
You have to have him with the bowl cut. That's what he is.
Well, no. Look, most of the time he doesn't have a bowl cut.
No, that's in an animated form. Fuck all that. Because they know he looked like a nerd, right? This here over on the left.
Like, come on.
What did you?
There you go. That's basically what I was aiming for.
All right. Well, you can do that.
That's what I was aiming for, but you
could do that in a heartbeat.
Making a green 3D printed,
yeah,
translucent bat or construct of some sort. That'd be dope.
Yes, you could do that.
Yeah. My main issue was again finding the jacket. Although that's a cool look too, but
the jacket's tough. I thought about before I did Hal. I thought about doing Guy for a while, and the jacket's stuff. You basically have to like hit a thrift store, buy just a regular leather jacket, and then just leather paint it green.
Yeah, paint it green.
Take the sleeves off and shit, right? Like you're not going to find a green leather jacket, obviously.
No. So yeah, that's a difficulty with that one. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing this for a while. Actually.
I mean, I've got a Hal Jordan, dude. We can
I
deal
printed
together.
A
no
ring
one's going to care, but we can do it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if we could do like a Green Lantern group, that'd be cool. I mean,
I don't know who else does a Green Lantern, but
well, I mean, we'd have to ask around. Jordan does a Green Lantern.
Jordan does.
We haven't
Mike
seen
Myers do a Green Lantern.
Perhaps.
I don't know. Does Mike Myers do a Green Lantern?
Michael?
I thought he did.
Maybe.
Alex is asking. They're saying, I hope. Yeah,
I'm in. There we go. He's in. So we're good.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Alex is saying, I hope they do a Batman versus Guy fight. Is there any plans for a new Batman yet?
Still haven't cast him yet. So
there's still no movement on that, eh? So we don't really know what's going to happen.
I mean, they're throwing a whole bunch of superheroes at us in I have a pick with Jeff in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, dude. I'm like, does he have one? I have a picture with Jeff wearing it. Hi, I'm a piece of shit, everyone. How are you?
In fairness, how many pictures do you estimate you've taken?
I mean, thousands, literally thousands at this
point.
But
tens of thousands.
Still probably tens of thousands. But that's still pretty fucking shitty. I'm sorry, dude. All right. Cool.
And do you want to bet it's on Jeff's page?
Andre's saying, hey, I know someone that does a Jon Stewart at the Toronto show. It's cool. Actually, my friend Alicia does. She does a Green Lantern. I obviously do a Green Lantern. So I mean, it's not like we couldn't probably try to get some lanterns together. I would love for people to do some of the other emotional spectrum lanterns, though, right? Like I would love like someone that's doing a yellow or an orange or a blue or an indigo, like any of those, or a black lantern, like a zombified Black Lantern superhero would be dope as shit if someone were to pull that off. I've never seen anybody do it, but it's fucking great.
Sounds like it's up my alley.
It's funny you mentioned that because I've been teetering the thoughts of doing like a Marvel Zombies thing. Remember how I was saying, I need an X-Men? What if I did a zombie X-Men of some sort? Like I wanna dig a little bit deeper in the Marvel zombie thing and see if there's any more opportunity.
I think that it could work.
What's his face did the zombie Wolverine for Fan Expo. That was dope.
Yeah, it was. I guess. Oh my God, JS is Larfleeze. Yeah, honestly, yeah, but that'd have to be a whole mat. Yeah, you can't do Larfleeze, but no. Guy, he should do Guy. But I get the problem with the zombies. I feel like if we're all doing X-Men, if we're not all zombies, does it work? Because that dude was basically by himself, right? Doing the zombie Wolverine.
He was. Oh, that is a pretty cool costume or a pretty cool face. Larfleeze. Damn.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're doing zombie versions of costumes, we should probably do it as a group thing.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, I would totally be in for that. Like I said, I'm already teetering that idea. So if you guys are wanting to do something like that, fucking do it.
We need you to do a beast.
Coming.
I think you should be a beast, Jess.
A zombie beast?
You too. No,
drop the zombie. Just beast. Christ. We need Jess to be beast. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah, that's one that I'm seriously considering as well. And if I do a beast, I think I want to do him sooner than later. I'd like to be able to get the beast done in time for X-Men. Or wait till X-Men comes out and then see what they do with Beasts, or if they do anything with Beast at all, and then go down that path. But I really like the Kelsey Grammer Beasts. I'm not gonna lie. I like both.
Well, it's easy to do.
What do you mean it's easy to do?
The Kelsey Grammer Beast. It's so fucking easy. You can do that in a weekend. Like it's a suit with a blue face and some hair on you, brother, and a pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Well,
like
we tried to tell you that before. Like you could be Beast in an afternoon. You could be Beast tomorrow if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could. Yeah,
absolutely, you could. Talk to anybody that has some makeup skills and be like, hey,
I would need a wig and I would need some facial hair for sure.
Yeah,
easy to augment, right?
Easy.
Get
you some blue spray.
Yeah, something I would love to do.
He's already a beast. It's Jennifer Walter House. We're not talking about in the bedroom. We're talking about at a con. All right. It's not the same thing. It's totally totally different things.
You know it.
I'm tossing around an idea of a humanized Death Star for a while. Hey man, I've had my Green Lantern now for a few years. Like I don't wear it because nobody gives a fuck about it. So
sorry, you have a what now?
My Green Lantern. I've had a Green Lantern suit forever. So if you guys somehow put together a group of lanterns, that's fine. Someone did an amazing Kilowog at London, managed to get a pick. Yeah,
really?
That's that's Steven Scarborough. That's I know Steve. Yeah, he's London Kilowog on social media and stuff. So same thing. The problem is no one, unless you're like a hardcore DC geek, you have no idea what, because it's like a mask and like a whole thing, right? So unless you know that character specifically, which you probably wouldn't, then it's tough to kind of get it over, right? Like you kind of have to.
Yeah, but if you show up as the Green Lantern Corps and a bunch of lanterns,
that's what I'm saying. If you could put that together, that would be cool.
But yeah,
doing it on your own, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. But yeah, Beasts. So to go back to Beasts, something I'm seriously considering. I would also love to do how in his last movie they did him with the fur suit, wearing the shorts and the jacket, the vests. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
I'm not sure, to be honest. That might have just been a concept, if I'm honest. But I feel like I remember him. It's like the X-Men uniform. Kelsey Grammer. Let me just pull him up here. This look here. It's coming.
What the hell was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I fell asleep. My apologies. So what are we looking at?
This look here. The picture on the right. The main picture that you're looking at right now.
Like he's wearing the jacket, you mean?
With the jacket, but the whole fur suit, right?
Yeah, but you don't want to do that.
I don't know, man.
Where are you going to get a blue fur suit?
I don't know, but tell me that's not dope.
Brother, yeah, but let's look at shit you can actually do. Up in the upper left up there.
Yes, I mean that's realistically the easiest thing to do. I mean, I can do that tomorrow.
You could do that in a weekend.
Yes.
That other thing you're looking at, we're going to call you a furry the whole time. It's not going to be good. You don't want to do that. I guarantee you, we're going to roast the shit out of you in that.
No judging, but yeah, it'd be hot as fuck.
No, you would die. There's no.
That's like a March. That's a March Toronto Comic Con.
Even at March, you would die in that. A fursuit and a leather jacket. Get the fuck out of here, man. No.
Buy a blue Zentai suit and make faux fur arms.
Do the furry, as Jeff is saying. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was
gonna.
What to say?
She does. It would have to be actually done this costume.
Yeah.
Right? So I need to talk to Becca. That's what I need to do.
I feel like there's 12 costumes you've said in this podcast where you said you're considering. Are any of these actually going to happen?
You know what? Forget it. You're out as Beast. We're gonna bring in Becca.
Yeah, no, probably
something
not.
else to do.
Yeah.
Probably not.
We got to lock you down on one. I feel like Beast is the easiest, but you already have an X-Men. You already do Logan. So, like, are you just looking to do like a different, more? Like,
because technically Logan is not an X-Men because they're all dead by the time he's Logan, right? So if we're doing like an X-Men group,
right?
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. I think the suit and the blue with the hair and the beard is the move for sure. But
I think I agree.
Yeah.
You should try it.
Yeah.
That's
pretty low commitment, right?
I think the first step is if I can find a wig and like the hair and eyebrows and everything, right? That I can and then learn how to do this. I know you're not seeing anymore, but I can figure out the face paint. I mean, it doesn't look all that complicated, to be honest.
He's blue.
He's pretty blue, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little shadow.
You're part of the Blue Man group. Only you, instead of bald, you have a wig and facial hair. Yeah, it's not.
The Blue Man group, a little different.
Yeah, I got to figure that out.
A little different. Yeah, it'd be easy. No problem. Lean on the community. They can help you out with that shit.
Some glasses and
yeah, nice suit.
Smart book, like a astrophysics book or something, and away you go.
Oh, Richard must be watching because he just sent me a picture of him also getting a picture with London Kilowog there. So
well, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard, maybe you can confirm what costume you're doing for Toronto Game Expo. Kind of curious if you're going Maul or if you're going Boba or if you're going, something else. Guys, we've been yapping away for over an hour now. Just talking about nothing. Well, we haven't been talking about nothing. We've been talking about stuff.
Furry Dr. Manhattan. Yes. Agreed.
He's a furry Dr. Manhattan. I mean, he's not wrong. Andre, you are not wrong.
Andrew Saxon is going to be joining us on Saturday as Gandalf. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with you.
He's saying better late than never. I'm assuming he just showed up for the...
He did. Andrew and Andre are having a conversation in the chat there. Yeah, we've been on for over an hour and we've accomplished nothing.
Zero.
Which was essentially the goal.
It's true. We did spill some beans. We're going to sell some hats.
Yeah.
We finally have hats. Get on the hat train for sure.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to make them as affordable as possible. They're not going to be $50 hats.
Right.
I want everybody to be sporting a Geeks & Co. hat. So
yeah,
I want one.
Yeah, I want one too.
In fact,
I think I want one of each is what I want.
Yeah, I'm going to have one of each as well.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I'm probably going to get sued by Coke, but whatever, it's fine.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Andrew Saxon saying, "Oh, sweet hat, Ted." That's right. You missed the announcement. We're getting some trucker hats. 2 designs, 2 colors. It'll be pretty sweet.
Yep. Should be good.
But
I think that's got to be it, right?
I think so.
Are we done fucking around?
I think so. I think I got to go get drunk now. No, I'm just kidding.
$49.99 a hat instead of $50.
Yeah, there you go. I like the way you think,
Jeff.
I like the way you think.
That's our head of marketing right there. We got to switch him over.
Online sales. Right. So Ren Fair next weekend?
This weekend.
Well, this weekend.
2 days.
I guess. Anything else
days
in the next little while? No.
Yeah, there's also going to be a photo shoot for Lord of the Rings with a whole whack of people, some of which are in the chat right now. Which, by the way, Andrew, are you participating in that Lord of the Rings photo shoot, sir? That is on the 26th of October. So that's going to be at Ancaster. Kookaburra Photo and Rotide Media are the main photographers for that. And I don't know, there's got to be like a dozen people in there now from all different sort of cosplay groups that we're going to be doing Lord of the Rings for. So Christina's coming out for that one in her Nazgul as well. And yeah, should be, I don't really do photo shoots anymore, but I do know Mike that is Kookaburra Photo. I like working with him. So, and Ancaster isn't too far from me. So yeah, we'll go and do that. We'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Yeah. I get nothing else though.
Yeah. Rob, you got anything coming up?
I think we got a photo shoot for Last of Us coming up in October that we're going to be doing with Rotide Media.
Yeah, that's not till later in October. Well. Yeah, also with Rotide Media. Yeah.
Just before the thing Jeff said he was doing. Other than that, no, we don't have anything going on between now and then.
Yeah, I think we're going to be getting into build mode very, very shortly.
Well, Toronto Game Expo, November 16th, guys, hosted by your Geeks and Company.
Mm-hmm.
We will be there.
It's going to be fun. We're going to be the actual.
All up
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I should mention it now. I should have mentioned it way earlier. If anybody in the London area is planning to go to Toronto Game Expo, please reach out. I've got all my audio equipment and an entire Stormtrooper to bring with me. I can't bring that on the bus or the train. So if anybody's going to be going to that from London or the surrounding area on the 16th of November, please reach out and let me know. I'm happy to chip in for gas or buy food or whatever it would take. Case of beer, whatever you need. I'm happy to chip in. So let me know.
Here you go, London crew. Pass the word out.
Yep. Let everyone know.
You guys should just all come.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody get your Star Wars. We know you guys all have Star Wars cosplays anyway. Because you all come out to our Star Wars Day event. So just get your fucking costumes.
It's true.
Get your asses from London to Toronto. Come to Game Expo.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Gimli. That's very kind of you to say for tonight's podcast, which we did fuck all for an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah,
as we do.
But we kind of known for it, I think, at this point.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. Bring your Star Wars cosplay out, kids, because we're going to have a good time.
Dude, I'm pretty psyched about what we've discussed, and I wish we could get together before GameCon so I could take the measurements. so we can have you ready for GameCon, or not GameCon, sorry, Game Expo.
No, it'll be for March because we're
for
gonna have the
March-
whole goddamn crew in March. So I want to make
Yeah.
sure I'm not spilling any beans, but I want to make sure that everyone knows, even when I get this fucking helmet on, even though I'm gonna look like all those fucking flammable bowling shirt
All those
wearing
nerds.
losers, I'm not. By the way, yeah, here, everyone, look at me real close.
Throwing shade.
I'm not in the 501st. I'm not joining the 501st. I don't give a fuck about approval of my costume. None of those things. Okay. I'm already in a cult. It's called the Geeks and Company. We should call it the Geeks and Cult at this point. And that's it. I've already discussed my issues with the 501st. I love those people individually. I hate those people as a group. So I am not joining the 501st, period. Okay.
Even the 501st hates the 501st as a group.
I'm sure they do, but I've already had
Never.
so many fucking people comment and message me, and I've had 2 different people try to recruit me already. So it's not.
I feel like at this point, Jeff, a lot of people are doing that and commenting and just to take a piss out of you.
Oh, I'm
'cause
sure they
know
are.
how you feel.
I'm sure they are. But I think a couple of them were actually genuine. Like, oh, are you looking to get approved? I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for the approval of myself and the fans. That's the only approval I give a shit about for any of my costumes. I'm going to have some council of fucking mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging, troglodyte nerds in their mom's basement. It's not right. The shin's too long.
And that's tonight's
Why
episode.
did you use Velcro? That's not. You can't do that.
Jeff is asking if Game Expo is that good. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah,
We're throwing a party. We're
never
hosting
been.
the damn show, so
Yeah.
we're throwing a fucking party. So we're
Yeah.
turning it into
Game
Geeks and
Expo
Co
is
shit.
good. Yeah, it's good. We're fucking hosting it. Of course.
We're
Yeah.
gonna be there.
It's gonna be
What
a
more do you need?
freaking blast. That's what
Join
it's
the
gonna
cult. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You want to wrap this shit up? I gotta
be.
go.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Yeah, we're an hour and almost 12 minutes in now, so I think that's gonna be it for tonight, guys. If you're still watching, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Make sure you click that damn like button. I know there was a bunch of people watching last week, and not nearly all of you click the like button. I want to see some more likes on this damn video. So make sure you click the like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button. We're very, very close to breaking into the monetary or monetization or whatever the hell it's called at YouTube, the 1,000 follower mark. We're almost there. Took us a while, but we're getting there.
So close.
Make sure you check out all the content we've got coming soon, guys, because we've got a bunch of we've got 2 more after shows coming. We got this week and next week for Rings of Power.
Yep.
We got a bunch more geeking outs coming because we filled a bunch of them at London Comic Con.
We did.
And then we got to figure out what we're going to put out after that. I'm sure we're going to have something else coming after that.
Yeah, guys, the voice of Wolverine, the voice of Beast, the guy that created the Ninja Turtles. I mean, we got some dope. Our boy Matt Taylor, we got some dope interviews from London that are pre-recorded instead of live on the show. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for those. For sure.
Yeah. In the meantime, I think that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you stay geeky. We'll see you next week. I don't know what the fuck we're going to be talking about next week. We'll see you then. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Geek Boutique Podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you never miss anything.